Welcome back, everyone. If your New Year's resolution is to travel, we have got some deals for you today. Tom Parsons is here with bestfares.com with your travel guide, and we were talking, Tom, about how some of the fares have changed to cities out of Dallas, in part because of a change in competition, AirTran being among them.
Well, AirTran, a lot of people, with only 7 or 8 flights a day to Atlanta, they really meant a lot to Dallas-Fort Worth. Since they've left in November, the airfares to most East Coast cities, New York, Boston, Washington, D.C., have more than doubled. Matter of fact, last year at this time, American was selling nonstop to Boston and New York, $178. Today, Boston...
Boy, try finding that. You can't.
Yeah, it's $578 to Boston, $478. Good news is we've got some Spirit coming in February. We got Atlanta, New York. They're going to be adding service. We'll see how American reacts to that. We also got Boston, Orlando coming in March. And then March 25th is a real big deal because Delta's coming in with 6 nonstop flights a day to LaGuardia. The fare has already dropped from $478 down to $278. So that's good. And that's all through the summer.
So conventional wisdom would say that the other airlines, American being among them, will try to match for competition's sake.
They've already done that, sure. And that JetBlue one you just saw there, they come to service May 1. Okay, 3 nonstops, $577 is the cheapest. It's going to go down to $279 as we go, and that's all taxes included. And that's going to be up until June. It says this June 2nd, but June 27th. But still, that's a pretty good airfare, getting the fares back in reason. And then as we go into, we're just going to have to sit back and poke around. The West Coast still looks good, and we got some airfares, I think, for that right now too. And again, when you look at New Orleans, now remember these fares to the Southwest, they're only Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the cheapest airfares. So if you look at New Orleans, $139 looks pretty cheap. If you want to fly any other day of the week, it's $230.
Okay.
So remember, if you're going to fly Tuesdays and Wednesdays, this is a good airfare sale. Last week they gave us 4 days to fly the cheapest airfare and 3 or 4 weeks. So if you don't like this sale and you want to fly on a Monday or a Saturday, maybe sit back and wait for another sale.
That's the thing about the sales, is you have to understand that it's specific to certain days, and you've got to try to arrange your schedule around that as best you can.
And now we just saw Europe there. Now Europe is now a different thing. I'm going to suggest, yes, take off the Europe between now and April 1st.
It's cold though in much of Europe.
I know, but these are good fares. I mean, look at now. Also, we're going to give you breaking news. The airlines raised fuel surcharges over the weekend while we were popping the bubbly. They were cheering too because they raised it $30 more. $470 is the fuel surcharge to most of Europe now, and those fares include that. But look at Barcelona and Madrid. I was in Prague.
$470 per ticket for the fuel charge.
Fuel surcharge alone, and yet the cheapest fare to Barcelona day is $120. Multiply that about 4, and you get the fuel surcharge.
My gosh.
And then you got to pay landing fees. But also, if you're going in April or May, the fares are up $400–500 above what you just saw. Sit back, have a cup of coffee. I think within 45–60 days from the April, we're going to see these fares drop $200, $300, $400. Don't buy a ticket to Europe if you're going April through August of 2012 right now. Sit back and
you got to sit back and wait. Okay, we're going to take your word for it. We do have some other deals. We're going to put them online. We've got Orlando, you've got Vegas, you've got Cancun, all of that stuff.
And a new deal for New Zealand.
And New Zealand as well.
Under $1,000 in May.
If you can take the flight, which is like, I don't know, what is it now, 26 hours
3 days,
or something?
like that. I took that flight.
With 5 connections, you get there just in time to come back.
You see Vegas, this is pretty good too. $289. That's a 3-night, leaving on a Saturday, coming back on a Tuesday, and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so,
there's more expenses associated with Vegas.
If you need, we got some promotion codes too. Go to bestfares.com, search WFAA, or go to your site too. I think you're doing a link to that.
We're going to link that there as well with all of these deals. Tom, thank you. Nice to see you. I don't know, did your Hawaiian shirts at the cleaners? What happened?
This is a Tommy Bahama shirt.
Okay, it's still Tommy Bahama. So you're in the genre.
And also, I walked outside this morning. It was 29 degrees. What do you want me to do?
I know, right? Yeah.